Y'all go ahead.
Well, I guess today was halfway through fall camp. Just how's it been getting ready for the season?
It's been amazing. Seeing a lot of guys step up, seeing a lot of guys, take the leadership, take the step forward, and just keep gaining.
Jamon, we got to ask you about the Pops nickname and kind of where that came from. What do you tell people when you ask what it means?
My mom really gave it to me.
Really? Okay.
But I guess I seen a couple videos going around, and people got their little own saying of what my nickname is. But my mom really gave it to me, and I appreciate the guys that gave me their side of the nickname. But my mom gave it to me.
It's not because people might think you look like you're 25, 27 years old.
No.
Yeah.
My mama.
What's that story though? I mean, where's Pop come from? Is it because you like Pops, lollipops, or you remember?
My mom said it was a commercial that every time it came on, I would laugh, something like that. But nah, not like Pops. Nah.
Corn Pops.
Nah, I don't like them. Corn Pop, yeah, that's cool, but I don't like that. Nah,
Is that like a commercial? What?
Nah, I don't know. I don't know. You gotta ask my mama.
How do you feel about the football side of things? I mean, obviously, those are big roles to fill, and you're one of several guys that there's no question about it. You got a role to fill on this defense this year. How do you feel about the progress as that's coming, and what are your goals for kind of heading into the year?
I feel great stepping in. I think them guys that left last year did a great job helping me and leading me to fulfill them roles. And my goals this year is just to be the best that we can be this season, not just me, but the whole team, and keep the same Georgia standard as if they never left.
What's the biggest thing you learned playing behind N'Kobe last year?
IQ. And, N'Kobe's a smart guy, but I didn't just learn from N'Kobe. I learned from Quay. I learned from all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I took pieces from each of their game and molded in my game.
You didn't have high school football your senior year, being up there in Maryland with the pandemic and whatnot. How do you think that impacted your development, and especially you coming in last year? It seemed like you really hit the ground running. Was there an eagerness just to have football again and be playing again?
I don't think. Can you repeat that question for me?
Yeah, just not having high school football your senior year is a pretty important time of development. How has that impacted your sort of football trajectory? And then getting here, how excited were you to finally have football and the ability to play in games again?
I was excited because who wants to take a year off of football? I think that set me back just a little bit because of Corona and weight issues. You can't really work out in Maryland during that time. But once I got here, I was a little bit heavy, but I worked on trying to keep my weight low. And once I got that going, shoot, it was like I never left before. So Corona it really set me back, but I got going once I got used to it again.
We heard a lot from people talking about you during the spring, just the way you went through spring practice. Just what was your mentality going through spring practice and the games you wanted to make?
My mentality was to play fast, physical, step up, and take on the leadership that they left me behind. A lot of guys pushing me, great leadership that's still around the team. Just keep pushing me, I'm pushing them, and just be the best we can be at the end of the day.
You talk about leadership. How would you describe your style of leadership?
Leadership, a vocal person, someone who's always doing the right thing, lifting teammates up, things of that nature.
Jamon, what do you make of Coach Schumann kind of stepping in as co-defensive coordinator, along with obviously coaching you guys at the inside backers?
I think it's great, having your coach step up as a defensive coordinator. You're in the room with him at all times. So anything you have a question about or little things you don't know, he can always give it back to you because y'all in the same room throughout the day.
How do you think the rest of the guys in that linebacker room with you, Tresman, Smile, Xavier, how have you guys kind of formed to step up this year?
Say it again, please.
The other guys in the linebacker room with you, what have you seen out of them? You guys obviously have some big shoes to fill this season.
Same thing. It's not what they do, it's what the team do. Everybody fly around, fast, physical. We all smart. We all got to keep building on each other. That's pretty much what we've seen. We're excited to see what's ahead of us.
Yeah, now you're inside 2 weeks, to the opener. How if you guys started focusing on Oregon yet?
No.
What are your thoughts about that game? Obviously, it's going to happen whether you're thinking about them right now or not.
It's not about Oregon. It's about us. We gotta keep building connection. Keep doing what we do, lock in, and we ain't worried about Oregon right now.
It's something that this defense can do, this year that they did better last year, maybe more stops on third down, create more turnovers, something like that? What are some goals right now that you guys are trying to set?
Definitely take the ball away. We emphasize punch outs and takeaways a lot this year. So that's one thing we'll be working on this season.
What have been your impressions of Jalen Walker this far?
Jalen Walker. No comment.
No comment. Why no comment?
Name for me. Can't talk about that.
In terms of development, have you felt rushed this offseason? You going into your second year, expected to take the role you're about to take, filling in for the likes of those three guys that just left for the draft. Have you felt rushed in your development this offseason?
No, I don't feel rushed. Like I said before, I think them guys did a perfect job, a good job preparing me and the other guys to step up and take the leadership on the team as inside backers. I definitely don't think, once you get that 1 year under your belt, you should be good. As long as you locked in your first year, learn the concepts, learn everything you need to learn, you should be good your second year.
Well, whether it's leadership or production, it does seem like they're expecting a lot out of you, like personally. They've said since the spring, Pops is going to play a key role. How do you feel about that?
I don't really know what they be saying. I don't pay attention to that. I just try
If they say that you're going to, everyone knows everyone who left, and there's a lot of starters to replace, but in the inside, middle of the defense, they're expecting, if you're expected to play a key role, are you up for that right away?
Oh, yeah. If they're saying that, obviously they see some things that I can bring to the game or bring to the table for the team. And I appreciate them guys that think I can do it. But I believe myself I can do it, and I'm ready for the challenge.
What do you think are your best attributes?
My best attributes, I'd say run the hit. And I got a pretty good IQ.
Did you grow up closer to Baltimore or Washington, and what brought you here?
I grew up on the D.C. side of Maryland, that way.
What county?
PG, Prince George County. What was your question again?
What brought you down here?
The relationship I had with Coach Shu. As y'all know, it was during the COVID time. And like I said before in an interview with Pat back then, I had a great relationship with him, and that drove me closer here.
You talk about taking the ball away. Your reputation is for getting the ball, getting takeaways. Can you talk about that aspect of the game? What do you feel like? You had that pick six last year. What's it feel like as a defensive player to be able to end up with the ball in your hands?
It feels good. Every team should have the goal to take the ball away. And having that pick six last year, it's behind me. I don't look behind me. I look forward. So I'm hoping I have one this season.
Coach Schumann talked about your summer conditioning and how you took it really seriously getting ready for fall camp. Just what sort of things were you doing? What was your focus as far as the shape you wanted to be in once fall camp got here?
I wanted to be in the kind of shape where I don't have to get out or sub out. How many snaps I had to play, I would hope so I will be able to play them snaps and not get out being tired. My main focus was not to be tired as I used to be. And I'm just saying my stand up.
What city in PG County?
Huntsville, Maryland.
Okay. So near College Park?
Yeah.
Okay.
When we talked to Chris Smith back in the spring, he talked about you're always telling other defenders about getting the ball out and being a ball hawk. How important do you feel like having that attitude across that entire defense is?
I think it's extremely important because why would you have one guy do it when you have all 11 doing it? So that's why, just to piggyback on the leadership, that's what one of them I would like to put to the table. Just being vocal and sharing things that you can share to help the team better, not just yourself. And taking the ball away is a big deal.
Got time for one more question?
What's been your focus for this fall camp? Ways you want to get better, things you want to improve before the season gets here?
Discipline and IQ. There are two big parts of the game that I think I need help on, and I steady improving them day after day. So those are two.